What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a cool new model in from Kansept to check out with you. Let's jump into it. Hey guys, we got the tipper in today from Kansept. This thing is very unique. You're not going to want to skip over this review for sure. They did send the fancy version around with the flamed anno and their Damascus. It is thumb stud only. Kansept continuing to hit home run after home run with these pocket clips. They work fantastic. Quarter length titanium backspacer. Are you ready to see this blade shape? Check that out. This is their 9CR440 Damascus. Shout out and thanks to my followers who let me know what the combination is that they're running currently on this one. It has a nice tall flat grind. It has a very nice belly on it. It is Americanized with a very abrupt and pronounced tanto, very thick out on the tip here for your heavy duty hard use task. Blacked out titanium pivot collar with titanium hardware throughout, so they did a very nice job with this one, matching the thumb studs up to it. Good lock bar access. Got to be careful with this one though, with that heavy blade. She wants to absolutely drop quickly. This might be one where you kind of just want to slide it first, or you may try to get up in here where that stop is, get the thumb out of the way and close it, or you can do the little lift up and close when you're done using it. The weight of this very stout blade is definitely one that you're going to want to get out of the way of quickly. Great detent though. It's tuned very well. Ergos on here are outstanding. This thing just kind of nestles right into the hand. Very comfortable, no hot spots, very lightly contoured scales on here. So I really like that a ton. Even in the pinch grip, it kind of raises up to meet your index finger. Very nice job on here. I did do a little cutting with this one to test it out to make sure that thin geometry comes out well. Moved right through the catalog paper, no issues, good factory edge. Moved through that cardboard like it was nothing. I was a little worried with the thick stock, but this really tall flat grind helps it work nicely. That belly just absolutely biting into the cardboard, and it is really thin on the tanto tip to do those detailed and cuts and trace work. It's very thick if you're trying to use the upper tip, but I think that upper tip will take some abuse if you're trying to use it for some puncturing tasks. If you need to get into something that's a little bit too large to cut end to end and you got to kind of start in the middle and work your way out, that's going to work really well for you. You do have the race washers on here that the bearings ride on, a little pocket, so very solid in the pivot, and that's what allows it to have such smooth drop shut action on here. It is, like I said, a little eerie if you try to leave your thumb in there or you try to pull your thumb out while it's dropping. But if you scooch up right where that steel lock bar insert is and catch it, you can catch it there. Otherwise, I would just say this is probably one. If you're not very confident about it, just let it shut close, or you can do the Sabenza and just kind of close it that way as well. I also like the way that they kind of purposely went same style design, but they purposely tried to miss and not match up. I kind of like the way that that sits on there and looks, kind of looks like a tiger's tail when it folds over its body and it doesn't line up perfectly. I don't know why I noticed that on this one, but it really does stand out. Like I said, excellent action. Weight, a little heavy because it is a little bit more steel here, but I think it's still going to do well when we get to the scale to weigh this one for that carry weight to see what that one's about. It is milled out for weight reduction in the handles. Most of the weight I feel like is in the blade. Nope, it's the backspacer. The backspacer actually is helping this balance almost perfect, but that backspacer, like right here is where I'd want it to be balanced. And that backspacer, I guess because of the thickness of it, really helping the weight on this one. All right, let's do some size comparisons and then let's check the weight on it. All right, we got the Kansept Tarkin here. I think that's lined up in the pivot. And we have the Kaiser Mini Momo. And as you can see, the tipper is pretty comparable to the Tarkin, a little bit bigger than the Mini Momo, but it's a great size for EDC in my opinion. I like where it's landing in at. I think it would be cool to see like an XL version of this, just like a total bruiser version. But I like this variant a lot. I think it's very daily carryable, if that's a word. But it's easy to carry daily is what I'm trying to say. And I think it performed a lot better than some people may think with that blade shape and thickness. All right, I did want to mix it up a little bit with the size comparison. I wanted to bring out something that was very office, date night carry friendly as far as like the type of profile and how it's unassuming, just to kind of really embody and show off how the Tipper really kind of stands out from a crowd. Definitely has some presence to it as far as its demeanor, in my opinion. So I think it's very unique in that regard, whereas like these gent carry, office carry, date night carry style knives, I think they accomplish their ability to stand out through their scale materials and combination of colors. Whereas if you just picked up like the plain Jane version of the Tipper, I think it would still stand out. All right, let me grab the scale and let's check the weight on the Tipper. All right, we got the scale out here. She is cutting on, if I had to guess, I'd say like 4.5 again. 4.7, so a little bit short on the weight as far as my guess on this one. I figured it'd be closer to 5, and really to me, I think the reason that's not bad to me is because like my Padre, my old Shaman were a little bit over 5, and I still was able to easily carry them with jeans. Now, shorts in the summertime, they were noticeable. If you were walking at a good pace, you could kind of feel it moving around a little bit, kind of bouncing off of my thighs anyway. But otherwise, still a very manageable weight, feels very good in the hand too. Let me get the scale out of here and we'll wrap it up with our final thoughts and impressions. Time for final thoughts and impressions on this one, guys. I grade on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1's the worst. I take into consideration fit, finish, ergos, performance, and the aesthetics. Also price, where we're at coming for money for value, or value for money, I should say. The Tipper here is a very compelling knife. It is very unique in a way that I think some people just will not like the ergos on this one. Me personally, I don't normally go for a Tonto. I normally like drop points and spear points, Warncliffes and sheep's foots, but I really do like the way that they approach this. It's got a nice spoon to it, nice thick tip for your hard use, heavy duty puncture task. You have like a little bit of a chisel here on the tip, and I think it could take it. I wouldn't say that you want to, abuse it, but if you needed to do a little bit of scraping or something with this, I think it would be up for the task. And it also has some belly to it. I like the big belly on the bottom, the cutting performance. I like the action on here, both with the detent and the way that it closes. Love, love, love the ergos. This thing is really well done. This thing is just a joy to hold on to while using. It is a joy to cut with that big belly and that tall flat grind. I'm really impressed by this one. So for me on this one, I'm actually going 8-1. I like it a ton. I would love the Flame Anno in this variant here where it has just like their static wash. I think that would be the one that I would probably personally pick up. I haven't looked to see if that one's available. Otherwise, I'd probably just go for one of their other, like their S35 yen and then one of their other finishes on here. But they do a really good job with their Flame Anno. But I'm curious, what do you think about the Tipper? I think this is gonna be kind of controversial. I think some people are gonna love it. I think some people are gonna hate it. So I am definitely very interested in what you think. But if you wanna pick up a Tipper or any other Kansept or Tenable, I am an affiliate. When you use my link, it helps the channel. I know that's my shilling, so I do appreciate it. Totally up to you. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members. I mean, I love the fact that we have people now that have been members for well over a year now. That is awesome and humbling to me. So thank you for that. If you enjoyed the video, definitely throw a like in there. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and follow along as I do these types of reviews. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.